Welcome back, guys, to another episode. This week, the second crop of the year, the second good crop of the year. Last week we did Desert King or Dessert King. This week it is the Norella. This came from the Calabria region of Italy. They have a climate, I'm not going to say it's the same as here, but similar in a lot of ways. It gets cold there and so on. Um, the Mount Etna just refers to the style. Many people know Chicago Hardy as a Mount Etna type. Okay, this particular variety can actually dry on the tree. When you actually go to pick the fig itself, it withstands a little bit, it takes a little bit more to tug it off of the branch and so on. So right here, I'm going to bring a little bit of a close-up. I'm going to show you why it's good for this area. And as you can see, the center, in the very center, it's a little bit reddish. They call that the eye of the fig. It's closed. It's a very, very small area. On other figs, if you look at the bottom of the fig, it'll be a larger opening. And what does that really mean? Well, when it gets humid here and we get a lot of rain and so on right in the middle of harvest season, this eye is very difficult for the water to get in. It doesn't mean that some of them don't break or burst open and so on, but you're less likely to have these burst. This will also stay on the tree and dry until you decide to harvest it. You'd also need a net for that, but that's the gist of why I like this variety. All right, ladies and gentlemen, after about a week, now we're starting to build a real charcuterie board. Last week, we harvested the Desert King or Dessert King. That was around 50, 55 grams. I also made the soft cheese. And now we have the Norella, okay? The Norella is about 15 grams. Now, some might say, I want a big fig. You know, the bigger the better. And that's not necessarily true. I'm going to go and cut this, and I'm going to show you why. And here we have it, folks. There's your Desert King in comparison, the inside. This has already started to dry on the tree, and it's quite delicious. The reason I like this is, one, it comes right after Desert King early in the season. It's got a tight eye, and it's starting to dry. You can see the consistency of the interior of this. This is more, the Desert King is a little bit more watery, okay, juicy if you want to look at it that way. And this is more of a concentrated flavor. And you get usually two schools of thought. You get people that like light figs, and you get people that like dark figs. I like both, but you can see the difference as to why one would choose one of each of these. Here we go. Oh man. Hey, Maroon. This is delicious, guys. Second crop of the season, delicious.